Once upon a time, we measured the distance in darkness. What is spoken will eventually come to light. Water captures your reflection. I capture human interactions. Create human-like conversational dialogue to help you write a blog, to cut down hours of prep that you log. I'm an engineer in marble. Who better to break down the Constitution? Who better to show and explain the revolution? Who better to uncover the truth? Montanna, Uncle Rico, Gerry, Rod. We are a reflection of our country's scars. The Doneson Podcast. Show them who we are.
You know I love you so. We're back, we're here. Let the music take control. The season's here. In case you didn't know, we're glad you're here. I hope you like the show. For many years. Let's start the show.
So, my childhood name is Ed, right?
What?
Ed. My childhood name is Ed. Y'all didn't know that.
How you get that?
You know how it is. You know how it is. People just call you different stuff. Right?
Yeah. But I'm trying to how you get Ed.
I don't know.
Okay. Ed the horse.
That's why I say Mr. Ed.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looked like him. That's where they got it from.
Yeah. You're right, Uncle Rico.
Okay.
Ed the horse.
Twinsies.
So, they call me ED for short, right?
What? No.
I knew
You
it.
got that problem?
I knew. I heard.
You need the pill?
Wait.
You need the blue pill?
I heard.
So I was at this restaurant. And they said, hey, I said to them, hey, you didn't call my name. And they said, what was your name? And I said, it's on the shelf there, ED. I have ED.
Did they throw you some blue pills?
And they was like, you have ED.
Yeah.
I saw about it in the Facebook group. They was talking about him.
That's why that advertisement keeps popping up.
Yeah, I ain't want to say
Oh,
nothing
I was like,
wait a minute. That explain it, Montana.
wrong. Yeah. I did not want to say
That's why
anything.
he got a different woman
Yeah.
every week.
Can't keep
He
one.
got an ED problem.
Yeah. Allegedly. I ain't want to say nothing.
Okay. I get it now. Now I figured it out.
No.
oh my God.
I just want you to take note of how hard Unc was laughing at
I'm
you.
telling you, best with all those.
But y'all know what? Y'all know what?
Now
What?
that's why.
You can
What?
call me Ed.
Yeah.
We
Now,
for
gonna call
damn
you ED.
sure.
We gonna call you ED.
Call you ED. That's how I'm gonna save your number in my phone.
Hey, ED. Oh, that's ED, y'all.
He won't be
He
long.
won't be long.
Now that's a joke. That's the good one, like the joke you are.
Loaded. All right.
All right, go ahead.
Montanna, you've been really on the circuit with your new movie.
I have.
Yeah, and I can't wait for it to come out, and here's a promo to it.
It's gonna be awesome.
One of the best actresses of our times. Better than Meryl Streep, Bette Davis, or even Nicole Kidman. Shannon Montana, starring The First Date.
Hey, you look absolutely stunning tonight. The way that light hits your hair is mesmerizing. And your smile lights up the room. Whoo! I'm so glad I get to spend this evening with you. I love the way you laugh. It's so infectious. And the way you talk about your passions is so inspiring. I could listen to you talk for hours. You're the most amazing woman that I know. You're kind, intelligent, and beautiful. I'm so lucky to have you in my life. I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. I know it's gonna be amazing as long as we're together.
My fellow Americans, we're gathered here today to make a bold declaration. We will be a dry nation.
What?
We will no longer allow alcohol to poison our communities and destroy our families.
Start a
For
riot,
too long,
innit?
alcohol has been a scourge to our society. It has led to poverty, domestic abuse, and addiction. I can see that it makes me, what the hell? Where did you put my damn liquor at? It has torn families apart and ruined lives. But no longer. Today, we say enough is enough. We will not allow alcohol to continue to destroy our nation. We welcome dry jokes in a dry country. But you know what it's time for?
I'm moving.
What's that?
Rapid fire! Uncle Rico, some people are more likely to develop alcohol problems due to their...
I don't agree with it. But they said genetics.
That's right,
But if you
that's
a drunk,
right.
you was a drunk. It ain't because your daddy was a drunk. Anyway, they said genetics, man. But
That's right, Uncle Rico.
I think
Alcohol
it's about a choice.
use can have a number of negative effects on your health, including...
Liver disease.
That's right, Good job.
Man, what?
What was the movement advocated for the prohibition of alcohol?
Oh, the temperance movement.
That's right,
The what
Montana, that's right.
I had a delay because I just was thinking about the world without alcohol.
Right. All right, what was known as the National Prohibition Act?
The Volstead Act.
That's right, Montana.
Yeah.
Now, the Volstead Act, also known as the National Prohibition Act, was a federal law enacted in the United States in 1919 that prohibited the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcohol beverages. Wow. The act was intended to curb alcohol abuse and related problems, but it was widely circumvented by a variety of loopholes. Some of the most common loopholes in the Volstead Act included the medicinal alcohol loophole. I like that, medicinal, right? The medicinal alcohol loophole allowed doctors to prescribe whiskey for medicinal purposes. This loophole was exploited by many people who were not actually sick, but who simply wanted to get a hold of alcohol. Sounds like people I used to work with. Okay. To obtain a prescription, a person would typically go to the doctor and complain of a vague ailment, such as nervousness or weakness or fatigue. The doctor would then write a prescription for a pint of whiskey, which the patient could then fill at a pharmacy.
What?
Yeah, I went to the doctor's recently and I told him I had a hard time getting up in the morning. And he gave me some blue pills, so I get it.
You about to choke. You can't even breathe.
Good to know, Gerry. Another loophole, the personal possession loophole, individuals were allowed to possess up to 1 gallon of alcohol for personal use, which leads to many people stockpiling. Duh. The Sacramento mental wine loophole was created in response to pressure from religious organizations who argued that they needed to be able to produce and consume sacramental wine for religious purposes. The loophole was also supported by some law enforcement officials who argued that if it would be difficult to enforce the law if religious organizations were not allowed to produce wine. It's a good reason to go to church, right? There was a number of factors that led up to the passage of the Volstead Act. This included the temperance movement. The movement advocated for the prohibition of alcohol, and it was supported by many religious groups, women organizations, and labor unions. This is going to get interesting, y'all. Check this out. So I said to myself, why would labor unions support the Vol State Act, right? A few reasons. Labor unions believe that alcohol abuse led to absenteeism and decreased productivity in the workplace. When workers were hungover or intoxicated, they were less likely to be productive and more likely to make mistakes. This could lead to accidents, injuries, and lost productivity. Labor unions also believe that alcohol abuse led to increased conflict and violence in the workplace. When workers were drunk, they were more likely to get into fights with each other or with their supervisors. This could create a dangerous and hostile work environment.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anyone do something stupid at work because they were drinking?
All the time. No, but hey man, you don't know I don't know if they drink it or what, but I see people do stupid stuff all the time. Man. You can't make.
Have you
Six
ever
of it.
been around someone where you can smell it and they're lying to you?
Yeah.
Right now.
I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed, Mammy. Mammy, if you're watching. Now, family labor unions believe that alcohol abuse led to poverty and social problems. You know, I did a lot of broke women. Now, when workers spent their money on alcohol, they had less money to spend on food, shelter, and other necessities. This could lead to poverty, homelessness, and the other social programs, right? Now, let's take a little closer at the temperance movement. The movement was motivated by a number of factors, including religious beliefs, concern about public health, and the belief that alcohol abuse led to social problems such as poverty, crime, and domestic violence. However, the temperance movement was also been criticized for being a fraud. Some critics argued that the movement was motivated by a desire to control and the behavior of others rather than genuine concern of public health. Take a listen to this, y'all, right? The temperance movement was a complex social movement with both positive and negative aspects. On the other hand, it raised awareness of the dangers of alcohol abuse. Hold on, let me take a little sip here. And it helped to pass laws that restricted the sale and consumption of alcohol. One of the most controversial aspects of the temperance movement was it was racist foundation. Get this, I couldn't believe this, right? Many temperance leaders believed that alcohol abuse was a problem that was particularly prevalent among African Americans and immigrants, right? They argued that the groups were more likely to drink to excess, and then that alcohol abuse led to crime, violence, and social disorder. Any of these names sound familiar? Susan B. Anthony? Anybody heard of that? Mm-hmm. Anthony was a leading figure in the women's suffrage movement, right?
Yeah.
We know that, right?
Yeah.
And she also supported the temperance movement. However, she also held racist views, and she believed that African Americans were not ready for full citizenship. I didn't know that, right?
Okay.
Anybody heard of Reverend Billy Sunday?
No.
Sunday was a popular evangelist who used his platform to promote the temperance movement. Okay, nothing wrong with that, right? He was known for his fiery sermons and his attacks on alcohol and its supposed association with African Americans and immigrants. Damn, that's the common cause, right? Carrie Nation. Nation was a prominent temperance leader who was known for her fiery rhetoric and her willingness to use violence to achieve her goals. She was also a strong supporter of the KKK.
What?
Yeah. And she often used racist language to describe African Americans. This is strange, right?
Okay.
Now, the temperance movement, racist rhetoric was often used to justify discriminatory politics and practices. The movement failed to address the underlying cause of alcohol problems. There are many underlying causes of alcohol problems, including genetics. Some people are more likely to develop alcohol problems due to their genetics, right? So if you can run fast, you can drink fast.
Really?
I was born to run. I was born to drink
Yeah, okay. What?
fast. All right. The environment. People who grew up in families with alcohol problems are more likely to develop alcohol problems themselves, right? Mental health problems. People with mental health problems such as depression or anxiety are more likely to develop alcohol problems. Trauma. People who have experienced trauma such as childhood abuse or neglect are more likely to develop alcohol problems, right? Stress. People who are under a lot of stress are more likely to drink alcohol to cope with their stress. Montana. Have you ever grabbed a bottle because you were stressed?
No, I'm lying.
Hey, give me that Bible. I want the truth.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
No.
Ain't nothing wrong with
No,
lies.
I have.
This is what we're here for.
I definitely
this is what
have.
we're here for.
I vividly remember when my best friend told me that she was pregnant. I drank a whole bottle of alcohol that day. And it wasn't a pint.
Wait. Is she still pregnant?
The baby's here is my godson.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't bad news, just that we had been best friends for 20-some years, and now, like, she's having a baby. I'm not, like, I knew life was going to change, but the beautiful thing is that our friendship has still remained strong, which I always knew it would. But it was just like, oh, my God, she's having a baby. I can't, oh, my God, just accepting that day, yes, I went through a bottle of liquor. Yeah, it was a hard pill to swallow.
Outside of that,
Outside
you just in the house. Let me paint the picture, all right?
Okay, paint it, please.
You come home. You have your routine when you get home.
Right.
Me and Unc have partied at your place, so you have a
Okay.
nice wine and alcohol selection.
Okay.
Some of the finest. Right? It's just you there.
Okay.
It's a Tuesday night, so you ain't going out nowhere.
Yeah.
Have you ever grabbed one of those bottles and said, what?
Yeah, just like F it. Yeah. I mean, you said you connected it to stress.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've drank just because it's a Tuesday night. You know, it's like Taco Tuesday, Tequila Thursday.
Got a name on them all, huh?
Yeah, Whiskey Wednesday, Malibu Monday. You know, you can pick any day where I've just drank, but connecting it to what you said with stress, I'll say this, I'm not like a stress drinker, like where that's always my go-to, but I definitely have had moments or situations where escaping from it was easier, like using things like drinking or just going to bed at 5 o'clock in the afternoon because I don't want to deal with whatever it is. So I've definitely done that. But now, fortunately in my life, I have coping tools and mechanisms where I don't have to drink my, pain or whatever, stress away. I absolutely really don't indulge. Now, if I'm drinking, it definitely is for leisure and fun. But I was serious about, Tequila Tuesday, Whiskey Wednesday, whatever, Turn Up Thursday. If I walk in my kitchen and I see a bottle of tequila and I want a shot, I'm going to take it.
I'm going to take a shot. Shots roll!
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah.
Now, we got a little bit more. Y'all just bear with us on this. This is some interesting stuff that I didn't know that it's just coming to light, right? Mm-hmm. Now, here are some of the ways in which the Vol State Act affected African Americans, all right? Increased violence. Mm. That's still going on. We didn't need the Vol State after that. It's just an act.
Man, it's just an excuse.
Yeah.
Only serve those who make them.
Right. The illegal production and sale of alcohol during Prohibition created a lucrative market for organized crime, y'all. This led to increase in violence in the African-American communities as gangs fought to control of the illegal alcohol trade, increased police harassment. African-Americans were disproportionately targeted by law enforcement during Prohibition. This was due to a number of factors, including racism and the belief that African-Americans were more likely to be involved in illegal alcohol activity.
No, need them back on the plantation. Gotta pick that cotton.
You gotta pick that cotton. Pick that cotton. Pick that cotton.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I digress.
Okay, and increased economic hardship. The prohibition of alcohol led to job losses in the alcohol industry, which disproportionately affected African Americans. This was because African Americans were more likely to be employed in the alcohol industry than white Americans. That's strange, right? Now, increased social isolation. The prohibition of alcohol led to the closure of many social clubs and gathering places in African American communities. This led to the increase in social isolations of African Americans as they had fewer places to socialize and meet with friends and family. In addition to the negative effects, alcohol use can also have a number of positive effects on communities. For example, alcohol can be used to celebrate special occasions, to build social connections, and to relax and de-stress. However, the negative effects of alcohol was usually outweighing the positive effects. Now, I didn't know this, but there are currently 83 dry counties in the United States. Did y'all know that?
Today?
Yeah.
How many?
83.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Where the sale of alcohol is completely prohibited.
That I didn't know.
Yeah. These counties are located in 14 states.
Today in 2023.
Yeah.
Tell us
Take
more.
off.
Wow, yeah, tell me some more, because I really didn't know that.
I studied these states and counties in rehab, so I know how to avoid these areas. Let me sound off, cuzzo. Arkansas, 34 counties. Florida, 3 counties. Georgia, 10 counties. Kansas, 35 counties. Kentucky, 10 counties. Mississippi, 36 counties. Missouri, 1 county. North Carolina, 1 county. South Dakota, 1 county. Tennessee, 12 counties. Texas, 1 county.
And also, Virginia had 1 county, but we couldn't verify it because it changed back and forth.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Now, these states all have a strong tradition of prohibition dating back to the 1800s. In many cases, dry counties were created in response to concerns about alcohol abuse and public health. There are a number of reasons why a county or city might become dry. Some of the reasons include to reduce alcohol abuse and public health problems, to promote religious values, to protect children from exposure to alcohol, and to improve the quality of life in the community. All right? Now, alcohol can have a number of negative effects on your health, including liver disease, right? Now, check this out, y'all. Check this out. Alcohol is toxic to the liver. It can lead to a number of liver problems, including fatty liver disease. Signs: loss of appetite, confusion or memory loss, right? Heart disease. Alcohol can increase your risk of heart disease, including heart attack and stroke. Cancer. Alcohol can increase your risk of developing a number of types of cancer, including cancer of the mouth, throat, liver, breast, and colon. All right? Mental health problems. Alcohol use can increase your risk of developing a number of mental health problems, including anxiety, depression, and alcohol disorder, like mood swings. Changes in thoughts can include having negative thoughts about yourself or the world. All right. So in addition to these specific effects, prohibition also has a broader impact on American society. Anyone at the table can confess today and said they have crossed the line at one point in time?
Oh, yeah, back in my
go ahead.
younger days,
No, I said crossed as far as what?
got too drunk.
No, where you say, hey, this is becoming a common thing. I don't need help, but I need to dial it back.
Yeah, I did at the top of the year in February, I did something called a Sober Curious Journey. And it's where, it was no certain day. It wasn't like the new year or any certain day I wanted to start. I just picked a random day and was like, starting today, I'm just not going to drink. And it was just because, as you get older, your body changes in how you react to alcohol. And I just was finding that, I used to have what I used to call this superpower, like a Marvel character, that I could drink a massive amount of alcohol and just be okay. Like I wouldn't be super drunk. I would be able to function, so I thought. And so it got to the point where it's taking me seriously, 3 to 5 days to recover from a night.
Wow.
I no longer, people will
3 to
say,
5?
literally the first day I'm hungover, the second day I'm feeling better, the third day I'm almost myself, and then the fourth day I'm myself. But then by the fifth day, the weekend's starting over, so I'm starting over. And then you do it again. You're doing it every weekend. And then the other thing is, as you get older, you no longer, for me, I can say, we used to be like, well, tequila's my drink. That's a safe zone. No, I don't know. I could have 1 shot of tequila and be fine. Or some nights I could have 10 shots of tequila and be fine. Or some nights I could have 1 shot of tequila and be tore up. Yeah. So long and short, it was just so many things, so many uncontrollables that I was like, let's try this. Let's go for a period of time without alcohol. And I didn't put a time frame on it. I just was like, I'm going to go until I want to have a drink. Because to me, I knew like I wasn't an alcoholic. I don't have a problem, but I just don't like the way what this is doing to my body. So I went 55 days without a drink.
55 days?
55 days. And I broke that when my best friend's birthday. I had planned. I know her birthday was coming up. And I was like, I'm going to drink with her. But even then, it was amazing how I've learned, and I still practice it now, being able to like pace myself and not overindulging, because I used to be like, shot, like don't stop, And then what they say, you start drinking, you don't know you drunk as hell until you drunk as hell. So right. You just drinking. And so I had to realize, like, okay, Shayna, you got to be a method to the man. It's like you got to eat, you got to pace yourself long and short. So, yeah, I had to have a come to Jesus with myself. Like, you got to do something different because I just felt inflamed all the time and just trying to recover. And I'm like, this is a chronic cycle of what I'm doing. So once I did the 55 days, since then, I've been able to balance it out a whole lot to know I know my limit. Like, to me, it's no longer a superpower to be able to drink 10 shots in a row, unless you got some money.
Oh, hey, a round of applause.
Thank you.
Everyone of you listening to my voice,
I hear you.
Tell the world. Tell this to everybody. Wherever they are, watch us and listen to us everywhere. Keep listening. Keep watching. The skies, man. Your smart TV, your phone. The Doneson Podcast has arrived.
Enjoy a little more sunshine. Oh, baby. Anticipation is that time of the year. The Doneson Podcast is here. This groove moves your soul.